Many of the events and people that Dante depicts in the Divine Comedy were influenced by the Bible and added to the story with a specific style of writing. To start off, Dante the Pilgrim begins his journey on Good Friday. On Easter, after Good Friday, Jesus Christ is believed to have been resurrected. Dante sets the scene for Easter after a Good Friday where the moon is full and the sun is in the equinox. Through this imagery, Dante is constructing a perfect Easter, where he can be enlightened and go through a new awakening, sort of similar to Jesus Christ's resurrection. Next, Judgment Day appears to be a recurring theme throughout the Inferno. In Canto 10, Virgil brings up the Valley of Jehoshaphat, where souls are believed to be judged based on Joel chapter 3, verses 2 and 12. Also, some souls, such as the heretics and the suicides, do not get to be rejudged on Judgment Day. In Canto 2 of the Inferno, Dante hesitates to continue his journey, saying,
Io non Enea, io non Paolo sono.
In the Bible, prophets such as Moses, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel express the same hesitation. Dante may mean to link himself with these prophets. Last, in Canto 32 of Purgatorio, Beatrice tells Dante that he should write down what he sees, similar to John the Divine in Apocalypse 1:11. In addition to these events, Dante uses many characters from the Bible as characters in his Divine Comedy. The three beasts that block Dante's way in Canto 1 of the Inferno are from Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 6, and represent incontinence, violence, and fraud. Also from the first canto, Dante starts off by saying, "Midway in our life's journey." This first line is actually a reference to the Bible. In the Bible, an average lifespan is about 70 years. Therefore, Dante the Pilgrim is 35 years old. Also, Beatrice, Dante's love, represents Jesus Christ. This is shown with examples such as in Canto 30 of Purgatory, the arrival of Beatrice is announced. This announcement uses a quote from Matthew chapter 21, verse 9, which announced the arrival of Jesus in Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. The biblical quote even keeps the masculine form of the announcement when it is about Beatrice, showing that Dante means to compare her to Christ. In fact, Dante portrays himself as the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul was supposedly granted a trip to heaven, just like Dante was in the Divine Comedy.
Dante wrote the Divine Comedy using a unique style of writing, incorporating the Bible. In the first canto of the Inferno, he described three savage beasts, the she-wolf, the lion, and the leopard. Each of these beasts represents one of the 7 deadly sins. The she-wolf represents greed and is shown in circles 2 through 5 of hell. The lion represents pride and is shown in the violence of circle 7. And the leopard represents lust and is shown in circle 8 and 9 of hell. The 7 deadly sins come from the Catholic Book of Catechism. Also concerning these sins, the one that Dante finds the worst is greed, which he thinks has corrupted the church. As previously stated, Dante compares Beatrice to Christ in Canto 30 of Purgatory by using a biblical quote. However, he changes the quote slightly from, "Blessed is he who comes," to, "Blessed are you who comes." Dante changes the quote in this way to make sure his Divine Comedy becomes much more personal and direct. In addition to modifying certain biblical citations, Dante leaves others incomplete. For example, in the beginning of Purgatorio, Dante quotes Psalm 113, but only the first line. Also, in Canto 10 of Purgatorio, Dante quotes part of chapter 1 of the Gospel of Luke. The reason that Dante only quotes parts of the biblical citations is to encourage the reader to fill in the blanks. The reader is expected to be well educated in the Bible and able to recognize these citations, expected to know the rest of the quotes and be able to tell how certain citations relate to the message Dante is trying to show. Dante occasionally takes a Latin phrase but changes it to incorporate portions of the Bible. An example of this is in Paradiso, Canto 11, where Thomas Aquinas uses a Latin phrase partially from Matthew chapter 10. These styles show how Dante wanted the reader to draw their own conclusions on the plot of the Divine Comedy.